welcome to the very first Subtract Sundays. This is a day where I just wanted to play a little bit of a track and tell you about the songs in the lead up to the album, and I hope that that is insightful. So the first song obviously is Eyes Closed. This is the first single. This is a song that I wrote, and it's basically about losing someone really close to you and feeling that wherever you go, you're gonna bump into them and see them, and then realizing that you're not. And the origins of the song were basically, I've talked about it a bit, but I lost a really close friend of mine last year, Jamal, and Jamal lived in West London. I also live in West London, and all of the places that we used to go eat and drink and pie are all near where we live. And since he's passed away, I found myself in these places having flashbacks or being like thinking that he's just going to pop in with his smile or whatever. And I had this line in my head that just went, everywhere I go, everywhere I look I still see you, everywhere I look I still see you, everywhere I look I still see you. So that was how the sort of origins of the song came to be. So many people can relate to it in so many different ways. They've got different stories across the board of either breakups or like grief, and I just love that the song is connecting to people emotionally. I'm dancing with my eyes closed, 'cause everywhere I look I still see you. Time is moving so slow, and I don't know what else that I can do. So I keep dancing with my eyes closed, I keep dancing with my eyes closed, I keep dancing with my Eyes Closed is out now. Subtract is for pre-order, and I'll see you next week for Subtract Sundays with Boat. So Boat is basically a song about resilience, I guess. It's feeling at your lowest and wondering if you can get through it, basically. I wrote this song and finished it by the English seaside, which is, I think, very beautiful, but it is quite a bleak and cold place in winter. And I was looking out at the sea and these sort of crashing waves coming down, and I sort of felt like that was a good metaphor of what was happening at the time with me, and yeah, that's where the line, "the waves won't break my boat," came from. There's beauty when it's bleak, stuck out long before lights down. Where do I breathe? Oh, I know, the more that I love, the less that I feel. The times that I jumped never were real. They say that old scars will heal, but I know maybe I won't, but the waves won't break my boat. So Saltwater is quite a dark song. It's basically playing out what final moments would be, jumping into cold salt water and feeling at 3 or 4 degrees that you're free. It was one of the first songs I wrote for Subtract. Again, finished it by the English coastline, and I really think it's a really beautiful song on the album, and I hope you like it. Come and kiss me, salt water. Oh, finally I feel it. 3 or 4 degrees, I'm free in salt water. Embrace the deep and leave everything. It was just a dream. Right, so welcome to Subtract Sundays again. The track this week is a song called End of Youth. This is a song that I basically realised that when grief first happened in my life, that my youth effectively ended, because you experience the first like really heavy adult thing, and then it got me thinking, like, lots of my friends had lost parents and loved ones and siblings and whatever when they were like 6 or 13 or 16, and it just made me think that that is when youth ends, when you have to deal with heavy life stuff, and it can be at 30 or it can be at 6. And yeah, I wrote this song about that basically, and the lyrics in the chorus are, we spent our youth with arms and hearts wide open, and then the dark gets in and that's the end of youth. And it basically can be from grief or depression or anxiety or whatever. And yeah, this is a bit of it. It's been a long year and we're not even halfway there. Is this the ending of our year, when pain starts taking over? I just don't know if I can never just let it go. Everything's falling apart when love is real, there's never closure. I guess it's all part of life, but I can't help but feel low. We spend our youth with arms and hearts so wide open, and then the dark gets in and that's the end of you. See you next week. So, welcome back to Subtract Sundays. Today is a song called Sycamore. This song is about finding out the worst possible news you can find out about the one you love, and in this very moment, it was just before we'd driven to the doctors for a checkup to find out what the next steps were after finding out the news. So yeah, it goes like this. Sycamore in the summer, bearing leaves, swinging, pushing our daughter underneath. Flowers bloom in the garden, swaying breeze. Just imagine a world where we could be. Right there in the waiting room, emotions running wild. Worried about my lover and I'm worried about a child. Part of me was always in denial. It's gonna take a little while. But in our story, love and love out, we are glorious. I'll see you next week for Subtract Sundays with Curtains. So welcome back to Subtract Sundays. So this song is called Curtains. This is basically about we all get in these places where we just want to shut the world out, close the door, draw the curtains and not speak to anyone when we're feeling certain ways. And this, you know, we all have people in our life that love us, that try and get us out and draw the curtains and let the sunshine in. So this is what this song is about. Can you pull the curtains, let me see the sunshine? I think I'm done with my hiding place, and you found me anyway. It's been forever, but I'm feeling alright. The tears dry and will leave no trace, and tomorrow's another day. Let me see the sun shine, shine, shine. Let me see the sun shine, shine, shine. Let me see the sun shine, shine, shine. Let me see the sun shine. See you next week. So, welcome back to Subtract Sundays. This Sunday is a song called Life Goes On, and this is a song about loss and trying to deal with loss and wishing that the world would stop and sort of be where you are. And I sort of felt like when I went through loss, I wanted the world to stop like it did for the Queen, and it sort of did for a day, and then everyone sort of got back to their normal life, and I didn't feel ready to get on with it yet. And yeah, I just feel like sometimes we're forced to like rush the process basically, because you know there's like a certain period of time that you're meant to feel sad for, and yeah, this song is just about not being ready to, you know, get past it. A constant grey in the clouds. When I hear your name, I think of love. See you next week. So welcome back to Subtract Sundays. This is a song called Dusty. Dusty is basically written about sort of a juxtaposition of having like a really, really difficult night and going to bed super down and super sad, and then waking up in the morning with my daughter, who is super energetic and super happy and fun, and putting on a vinyl at breakfast and basically listening to music and forgetting about the night before and being distracted in just youth and fun. So yeah, this is a song called Dusty. Drop the needle on Dusty. Frost on the leaves like a lake, the moment came out of nothing. A beautiful smile on your face, yesterday was a long night, but I got a feeling that the future is so bright. All of the pressure washed away in the low tide. We gotta wait till the clothes are bone dry. So I'll drop the needle on Dusty. See you next week for Subtract Sundays. Subtract out now. Drop the needle on Dusty. Right, so welcome back to Subtract Sundays. I'm here in Tampa, and this song is Colorblind. Colorblind, it was basically written, I feel like love is an ever-evolving thing of lots of different colours. It can be many different things at once, or one thing very intensely. And it just grows as life goes on, I guess. So this is Colorblind. I keep falling deeper in dark blue, brighter than white, rainbows exploding, but I can't see nothing except you and your eyes. Maybe we'll just paint the night colorblind. Maybe we'll just paint the night colorblind. See you next week. Keep falling. So welcome back to Subtract Sundays. Today is Borderline, and this is a song that I wrote in a sort of batch of songs after getting some bad news. This came along with Vega and Sycamore and stuff like that, and it's just about feeling on the edge, basically. But yeah, hope you enjoy it. Right now, I feel I'm running from the light and gold in darkness, shielding from my eyes. 1 foot in, 1 out, I'm stuck on the borderline. Which way will I? See you next week. Right now, I feel I'm running from the light. Right, so welcome back to Subtract Sundays. Today is a song called Spark. This song is basically about, you know, having a complicated time in your life and wanting to basically put all of that onto a fire, burn it, and hope the initial spark that you had at the beginning survives. And it goes like this. We'll build a fire, torch our own life, and hope the spark survives. Use words as kindling, light up the night sky, let the memories take flight, and hope the spark survives. Yeah, we hope the spark survives. Yeah, we hope the spark survives. See you next week. Use words as kindling, light up the night sky. Welcome back to Subtract Sundays. This is a song called Vega. Vega was written the same day as Sycamore and Borderline, and it's all kind of around the same sort of theme, but it's very literal. I was sat cross-legged on the carpet listening to vinyl while the rain was beating on the rooftop. So this is Vega, and hope you like it. Rain keeps beating on the rooftop, muddying the glass, but God, I love the sound of heaven. Sat cross-legged on the carpet, listening to vinyl, trying to ignore the weather. This week was heavy, I buckled under all the weight. What can you do but pray and count your blessings? It wasn't any other way. Don't leave it up to fate. Fighting the tide, but the waves, they will part. Light up the night, we were made to be stars, but it burns like hell to be Vega. See you next week with No Strings. Fighting the tide, but the waves, they will part. So Subtract Sundays, this is a song called No Strings. This is my favourite song on Subtract. This is basically written about needing to get to the end of the year and knowing that once you've got through all those things that you can get through anything, basically. But yeah, goes like this. 'Cause this is no strings, you are who I love, and that won't change when we're falling apart. This is no strings, you are who I love, it's just growing pains. See you next week. This is no strings, you are who I love, it's just Welcome back to Subtract Sundays. Today is The Hills of Aberfeldy. This is actually a song that I wrote back in 2012 and was on the original form of what Subtract was, and it always ended what was originally Subtract. And yeah, I wrote it in Aberfeldy in Scotland with the wonderful Foy Vance, and yeah, hope you like it. So when I'm home, I'll hold you like I'm supposed to. Yet I know that I have never told you, darling, we could fall in love 'neath the hills of Aberfeldy. Darling, we could fall in love 'neath the hills of Aberfeldy.